Hello class. Well, this week we're going to be talking about module number 2, which is derivatives. In the next coming 3 days, between today, Monday, July 22nd, all the way down probably to this coming Wednesday, okay, July 24, we are going to review these sections 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, which is basically an introduction of the concept of the derivatives, how to understand the derivative as a function, and also basic rules that will allow you to compute derivatives for very basic and fundamental functions. Okay, that's what we're going to be reviewing during these next coming days, 3 or 4 days. So then on Thursday, as you know that from the first week, we're gonna finish this first part of derivatives that correspond to this week. Okay, we're gonna go with section 3.4 and 3.5 that is going to complement the rules to compute derivatives for products and ratios of functions. Okay, so in this video, I would like to be focused on section 3.1 to introduce the concept of derivative. Well, we already introduced that in module number 1, but we are going to refresh here the concept, to review the concept, and now to specify clarity in what the derivative concept is. Let me just to introduce this, let me just to bring this situation, okay? This doesn't have to do anything with your course, but this is a application on a real case. What you see here is a chart that shows a curve of the price of the oils since century 19 up to the almost current days, 2014, up to almost 10 years ago. So you can see here that blue is the real curve of the price. In the vertical, we have price of the barrel of oil in dollars. For instance, this number is $20 per barrel. This other one is $100 per barrel. That is in the vertical. And in the horizontal, we have the time in years, since 1861 to 2014. Well, in here we have in the scale 2013. Okay, and the blue curve is the price that has been recording in all that period of time. Okay, that is the raw data. So that's why you see a lot of up and downs, because of course, in a very short period of time in this scale, you can see all this sparse information. But what I outline here in red is a trend of that function, okay, that is a very smooth curve, as you can see here in red, that replicates the original function. But of course, we are getting rid of all this up and down, just to give you an idea, because this is the type of function that you're going to see in your textbook. So, for instance, let's see here in this circle. I'm going to focus in those circles in yellow, this other one, and this other one. Just few points to understand a little bit about this. Well, in this point, I'm showing this dashed line in black, that is the tangent line to this curve red in this particular point. And you can see that the slope of this tangent line is negative. Okay? And the slope, well, should have some value. I don't know what the value is, but I can see that it's negative. So what is the meaning of that the slope is negative? That is the tangent line at this point for this curve of the price of the oil? Well, it's telling to you that at that point, the way that the changes of the price of the oil were taking was negative. I mean, it was decreasing. The rate of change of the price of the oil at that moment was decreasing with that particular slope. Okay? So, if we compare, for instance, in this other period of time, this is between 1861 and we might say up to 1885, almost 25 years later. So we can see that this tangent is telling to me that because of the slope is negative, that the price of the oil were decreasing. So if we focus in this other period of time, and we consider another point here, the dashed line also is a line, okay? It's a tangent line to this curve at this point, and you can see also that the slope is negative, indicating to you that in this period also the prices are decreasing, but in a rate that is lower compared to this one. You see? So the rate how the prices of the oil is changing during this period of time is lower than the rate in this period of time before. So it's telling to you a lot of information. It's telling to you that between 1861 to almost 1909, I mean at the very beginning of the last century, the prices were decreasing, but in different periods with different rates. Okay, so now if we go a little bit further, we can see that the tendency changed. Now the tangent line at the curve have a slope that is positive. And what is happening there? That the price of the oil are increasing. So if we go here a little further on time, let's say up to 1969. Up to 1969, well, in my red curve, if we put a tangent line at some point, we can see that the prices are decreasing as well. But it was a little bit steady. Okay, it was decreasing, but not too much. But suddenly, in 1933, the price of the oil triggers. If I took a point in the middle, for instance, for this year, 1973, and we draw the tangent line at this time, we can see that the slope of that tangent line is very high. Also in here in this point, that is indicating to you that really the prices spike here for some social event that happens in the world. And we know that in 1974, the Arab country make an oil embargo to United States. That's why the price of the oil went from almost 9 or 10 barrels per dollar up to 55, 56. They almost quadruplicate the price of the oil because of this situation. And you can see here from the graph and the slope of the tangent line. So whenever we consider the slope of tangent lines to a particular curve, we learn a lot about the situation of what the function represents. And I brought this example because this is a real case. So you can see the application of the concepts that we are going to introduce later on, that are the derivatives in real life. That is something, a concept that you can bring to your personal life. For instance, let's say that this function represents the incomes to your bank account and the withdrawals to your bank account. So if you look at some moment here, and that represents incomes because it's increasing, you say, well, I'm getting a very good rate of increment into my bank account respect to these years. So it's good. But if you have a situation like that, that is telling to you, hey, be careful because you are drawing money from your bank account with this rate of change. Probably, I don't know, $10 per day. You are decreasing your bank account at a rate of $10 per day. That means that today you have 20, but probably tomorrow you have $10 because you are spending one day $10. So you might say, oh, let me review what I'm doing. So that information is given to you as a rate of change. And this is what derivative is all about.